Oh, we have a big chip, guys. We're gonna have to restart this one. Be right back, guys. I'm gonna go sharpen it up. This is the one reason I don't like stainless, guys. It can be pretty fidgety. I'm gonna have to keep sharpening every time I Man, I keep chipping. Like I said, guys, I don't like the stainless steel. Can be kind of hard just because, I mean, it's a hard steel. So I've got to go back and reshape this again. All right, let's see if we can actually not break this again. Sorry guys, I'm just doling out the tip a little bit. So the key with stainless is such a hard metal that sometimes you have to just dull these so it's more of a dull point. Microfractures can create the tipping points. Guys, if you're just tuning in, we are just hand engraving a 1911 magazine with a simple design. If you guys haven't subscribed, please feel free to subscribe. Helps me out. I really do appreciate it. Ooh, you've got a pretty big lip again. Helga Hudi. I am using a graver, a Lindsay Air Graver Classic. guys. Sorry, like I said, again, stainless can be kind of a pain in the butt just because of. All right, we're gonna try a little bit different tip. See, hopefully that lasts longer. So we've added a little bit of a dozer tip to the front. So we'll see if that actually holds up to the stainless steel. It's a little trick that a jeweler told me worked really well for him. So we will see if it works well for me or not. Definitely digging in deeper, but it's working pretty good. I have to tell him thank you for that tip, because definitely helping the tip survive a little bit longer. Thanks, Wild Bill. Money boy. Well, if you'd watched the other videos, you would have seen me do it freehand. So subscribe, and you'll be able to see me freehand. Thanks again, guys, for tuning in. We are hand engraving the 1911 mag. Kelly guns. So Berettas are interesting. I think if I remember right, the steel on Berettas is a little bit harder. I'm not sure what the forging process is that they use, but it can sometimes be kind of a real mess to hand engrave. I'm not saying that it can't be done, it's definitely a hard steel. All right, guys, we're going to do a quick sharpening. As far as an engraving on a range mag, I mean, hopefully for the life of it. Truthfully, if the engraving is gone, you probably shouldn't be using that range mag at that point. So, I mean, mags aren't super thick steel by any means. So, if it's that far gone, I mean, if it's still functional, great, but some of these long engravings. Guys, if you haven't subscribed, I do appreciate the subscription. Helps me out. Man, this thing is chipping, isn't it? I really don't like stainless steel, guys. Okay, let's see if this will do better. Hi guys, appreciate you guys tuning in. Just hand engraving this 1911 mag. Hillbilly Airsoft. Thanks for tuning in, man. Appreciate it. Mountain Dew Man, thank you for tuning in. JT, Hands, Breaker Machinist. If you guys haven't subscribed or just passing through, please feel free to subscribe. Check out some of the other videos. Joseph, thank you, appreciate it. Sorry guys, I'm under the microscope when I'm doing this, so it's like I don't see all your responses super quick. Feel free to subscribe, ask any questions pertaining to this work. VL Man, as far as teaching engraving, yeah, I definitely would teach engraving. I don't do this full time at all, so it's like I can't really take on an apprentice. You know, this is kind of on my own free time. It's kind of a passion of mine that I like to do on my own. As far as doing it full time, I don't like to. I don't know if I'd want to, just because I don't want it to get ruined. Is it an art form for me? I do it kind of on my own time. But yeah, I definitely enjoy teaching if I can. I'm not great at this by any means, so there are much better engravers out there. And you can take classes through GRS or even online courses, or learning through YouTube is the main way that I've learned. So if you're really wanting to learn it, you know, jump on YouTube, look up Sam Alfano, look up Lane Zulke. They're master engravers that create beautiful works of art. Kind of how it's looking, guys. Take a second to probably resharpen the bit. Now, one of the arts, or one of the things to definitely learn if you're going to learn engraving, is how to sharpen engravers. Because if you guys have been tuning in this whole time, or even a few minutes, you can tell that every few minutes I'm having to resharpen this engraver. And it has to do with, obviously, the steel. It's super hard steel. But regardless, learning how to sharpen, there's templates and stuff, but I'm getting decent at learning how to do it just by hand. Getting it so I can sharpen. So appreciate it, guys. Thank you for tuning in. As far as, you know, as far as art goes, I mean, there are people that pay for stuff that I think is trash, but I mean, it's art. It's their art and it's their money, so I can't really do much. When people pay for something, they like it, and it is what it is. Ooh, got a little away from me there. There we go. So one of the tricks, guys, when it comes to engraving is, as you're coming through, if this isn't engaged and you twist, which is partially part of the problem I've had today, is that I've been twisting too soon. It puts undue stress on the blade edge or the tip, of this graver. And this graver is a very hard carbide tungsten. And so what ends up happening is this will chip because of the undue force without it moving forward. So you're basically cranking on a pivot point, and causing it to snap, in essence, at the tip, the little tip right here. So yeah, appreciate it, Austin. Appreciate it. I've been doing, shoot, maybe only about a year and a half probably, with actual hand engraving. I did lasers prior to this, but I just wasn't finding satisfaction in laser work. Even if I drew the stuff, there just wasn't the satisfaction of creating a piece with a laser. It just wasn't the same for me. So I transitioned over to the hand engraved portion, just because I think this is more personable. It feels like I'm actually doing a piece of art rather than computerizing a program or running a program that does it for me. And don't get me wrong, I still use the laser for certain tools or for certain things. It's a tool at the end of the day is how I see it, and I'm going to use a tool, but I want to create my art piece by hand. The voltage, there is no voltage. This is actually ran off of a air. So this is an air line right here, and it's basically a pneumatic piece. So yeah, there's a foot pedal that I hit, and it just drives some air, and there's a little piston, basically like a little hammer, goes back and forth, and it creates the hammering motion that allows me to keep going. Kind of an interesting tool. It's actually it's a very simple concept when it comes to the piston. But if you want to look them up, it's a Lindsay air graver. And I believe they're on airgraver.com. I have a classic. There's a few other models, but I have a classic. No, yeah, Austin, yeah, it's just basically a pneumatic piston that's inside that basically hammers back and forth, allowing it to keep chiseling through. So as far as charging, guys, I try, honestly, it just kind of depends on the job. I am trying to make basically, I try to average it at $40 an hour if I can. Now, I'll be honest, this project, I'm coming out at like 15 bucks an hour. Not super smart on my point, but it's taken a lot longer, and I quoted the guy a price prior to actually finishing the project, and so I'm kind of in it. And you know, I'm a man of my word, so I'm gonna keep it to the price that I told the man. He's getting a heck of a deal. You know, because at the end of the day, hopefully as I get better, as everything continues to go on, and hopefully my name gets out there and my work can be charged more and more and more, and his piece goes up in value. But as far as charging, guys, I know guys that charge $100 an hour, $150 an hour. I'm such a beginner that I'm not going to try to charge anywhere near that. But maybe one day. Ethan, so I am basically graving it for someone else. This is actually a project, and it's a full project for an actual full piece, a full firearm. Obviously, YouTube policy, I can't show the full firearm on here. I've already gotten one strike for it. Even though it was disassembled, it was just by itself. It was a bare frame, and I was just engraving it and doing art. The YouTube algorithm did not like it, and they didn't take it back. So appreciate it, Austin. Yeah, no, I mean, he's following it. He knows what we've got going, and hopefully, you know, I mean, maybe he'll tip me, I hope. Who knows? I don't know. Not a big deal, though. I really do enjoy this. And the next piece that I make, I'm definitely going to charge the money. What's crazy is the handgun that he's actually getting is going to have authentic mammoth ivory grips on it. So that's actually a wild one, too. I was able to get my hands on some 10,000-year-old or more, I guess. Not sure what the carbon dating on it would show, but about 10,000-year-old mammoth ivory grips. But the guy's a pretty loyal customer, so I guess this one's kind of like the one deal I'll give him, and then hopefully he buys another art piece from me later on. Suffer 27. I mean, they just have some really weird policies. Just some kind of like weird policies. And, you know, I get it to a certain extent. You know, I'm a realist, and, you know, I understand they don't want to push something that's going to teach people how to go do some bad stuff out there. But it's wild, you know, it's kind of all inclusive, because when I did this and I was showing them the frame that I had and I was just engraving, they still struck it down for a firearms violation on here. And you know, for me, I'm just working on art. This is my artwork and this is my canvas, but they don't see it that way. What we're doing now, I'm going to add a little bit of a bright cut to this S for 38 Super. This will add a little bit of a glint when it hits the sun. I'm going to try to put it right there. There we go. That'll add a little bit of a glint when it hits that light. Lemon, I am using a Meiji EMZ 13TR. Yeah, the 13TR, it's got a pretty good amount of magnification. I think it's 1 to like 70x, so really enjoy it. Yeah, no, yeah, it's the one piece. So the frame is the only one that I can't show you. I can show you the slide. I'll go ahead and grab the slide for you guys. All right, guys, so I'll go ahead and show you the slide. It's going to go with this art piece right here. So hopefully you guys like it. So this is the slide that we're working, or basically it's finished at this point. we've got to clean it up. It's still got some polishing gunk in there and some of the crevices, but we'll take it to the ultrasonic cleaner. So yeah, that's got some work to do still. So yeah, go lay down, bud. Go lay down. Go. But yeah, guys. So as far as this piece goes today, I think we are complete for the most part on all of the main scroll portion for it. I am going to go back in and shade and add some shade into it. If you guys want to tune back in, you know, make sure you subscribed, and what we'll do is I'll go back in and I'll actually show you under the microscope what it looks like to shade, and that way you're getting a better feel for what I'm actually seeing under the microscope itself. But JB, as far as what I use to engrave, here I'll go ahead and show you that way. So this is the Lindsay Airgraver pneumatic system. I also run a GRS Graver Mach AT system and a pulse graver as well. So you've got multiple options out there, but yeah, there's that. Lehman, yeah, I do have to treat it, so we'll actually nickel plate the entire thing. This is stainless steel, so this one doesn't matter. We'll polish this, and we're likely just going to add a 24 karat gold plating onto it, just to give it a nice, you know, just a nice glint to the difference and stuff, because the main piece is going to be mostly nickel plated with some gold plated parts like the trigger, hammer, things like that. So yeah, Blue Man, I've gotten it through trades and stuff, so it's not like I've gone through and dropped the money on it. I've done some work, I've done some trades and stuff, and been able to get it. But yeah, so this is actually one of my more favorite pieces. I really do like the Graver Mach GRS, but it used a lot of air, so you would hear my compressor kick on constantly. And so in order to try to keep it as quiet as possible for you guys, and not make a ton of background noise, we try to use this one right here. So all right, guys, well, thank you for tuning in. I appreciate you guys tuning in and watching, and, you know, good, bad, comments, whatever it might be, dislike, like, make sure you subscribe. And until next time, guys, keep drawing, keep engraving, you know, keep working on that art form. Peace.